Hello everyone, this is Dan. Welcome back to Syberia, the world before. In the last one, as Kate, we got to find a letter from Leon, who we are now in control of. A letter that was sent to Dana, and he is going through what happened after he had embarked upon Altair. And currently, we are trying to get a hold of this Gorun. I think they're thinking that this is supposed to be the missing link. So we're going to try to figure out a way to get to it.
All sorts of debris has been carried by the river. But other than trying to build a raft, I don't know what use it can be.
So we're trying to get over to the other side there.
All sorts of debris has been carried by the river. But other than trying to build a raft, I don't know what use it can be.
Yeah, I couldn't move any more forward from here, so it looks like we got to go back a bit. Oh, what's this?
The trunk isn't very thick.
Alright, then let's use the machete and cut it. It looks pretty thick to me. And that's a machete, not an axe. But who am I to argue? I live in a city. One more? Oh. Whack. Come on. Keep going. And this looks like how we get to the other side. It's going to create a little bridge. Alright, we can use that to get across the river here.
Easy, Leon. Now's not the time to get a dunking.
Indeed, that would be bad. Careful now. Careful. Hello? How are you? Everything's fine. Don't worry.
Take it easy. I'm not going to hurt you.
How's it going to understand you,
I just
bro?
want to look at your wound. What can I give him to show I mean no ill?
Some food, maybe. Food is always a good way. You gotta show him you can eat it by eating one of them first. That way he knows it's food.
Good boy. It's all right.
Alright, we'll move back so that you can eat.
Don't be afraid. You're all right, fella.
Go ahead. Eat it. Go ahead, eat it.
Good boy.
There
Eat up,
you
fella.
go. Yes, eat. It's food. You'll like it. It's a biscuit. It's a biscuit. Whoa. Next thing you know, those other guys jump out of nowhere and they shoot it.
It's good, isn't it? Leg broken. I just want to look at it, alright? Look, little fella. If you let me see your wound, you can have another biscuit later, yes? It's broken, alright. It must be very painful. You're a brave boy. If I could clean the wound and brace your leg, we should be able to get you back to camp and make it better. Hold on. I'll be right back. Just be patient, little fella. I'll be right back.
He's a kind guy. Alright, so let's take a look here. We got vines. We could probably use that.
I could use those creepers to tie up the Goron splint. They seem to be stuck.
Alright, now they shouldn't be stuck. There we go.
They should do fine to hold the Goron splint together.
Now we need some pieces of wood, which I saw earlier here. Here we go.
There's 2 bits of driftwood washed up there.
Yep, let's take those.
They're straight enough to help get the Goron back to camp.
Alright, so we've got 2 pieces of wood, and then something
The
to treat.
Goron might become anxious if I leave now. There must be something around here I can use to take care of him.
Oh, so this is for the bridge that he made. Okay. So the Goron probably is the thing that, or the person that stacked these things.
That mark, judging by the shape, must have been made by the Goron, probably before he got injured.
Well, I
wonder
mean,
what it means.
unlikely to have been after he got injured. Wouldn't be doing much climbing at all if he's injured, right?
Here we go, fella.
Some water.
This is going to sting a little. There, wasn't so bad, was it?
And now the splint. Get that bone set right.
Now we just need to find a way to get you back across.
What are you pulling out there? Oh, it's stacking more stones, maybe? Leon, turn around, man. Oh, it's drawing. That's what it's doing.
Hey, did you do that, little fella? Well, better drawing than talking, huh?
Maybe it doesn't talk. Maybe it doesn't need a form of like verbal communication. I mean, how many of the Gorons are there? Alright, made it safely across. Very good. Good job. How did he get over there in the first place, though? Even without being injured? You just jump for it?
Now we just have to wait for the others.
Alright, so we'll just sit here, we'll chill, wait for the others to come back. Hopefully not shoot on sight.
Huh? Oh, you want another biscuit? You learn quick.
Biscuit, biscuit, biscuit. Careful, all those carbs will make you fat. Well, I mean, it looks like he's probably active, so he'll probably be fine.
It was a young specimen, my darling Dana. Almost like a child. And as soon as we made eye contact, I knew this was a creature endowed with reason.
But what happened to it? Obviously, this didn't make the news. They brought a cage, didn't they? A wooden box.
When my companions joined,
awesome.
I immediately sensed we did not share the same point of view.
Nope.
They seemed blinded by the discovery. They couldn't see the individual.
So we free him. But then that gets Leon in trouble with the brown shadow, I'm sure.
It was clear the young Goran wasn't a person in their eyes, just a subject for study. In their excitement, they seemed to lose all common sense.
Yeah, sometimes when you're book smart, you don't have any common sense. No.
What is wrong with it? Fruit. Have some fruit.
You shut him up in a cage. What do you expect? He's frightened.
Shut it up, or I'm going to gag it.
You shut up. Ooh, maybe it's Mama.
What's that?
Locate the source of the cry? Oh, probably from over here. Yeah, that's gotta be Mama or Papa or something. They've come for their baby! Don't shoot it! Don't shoot it!
Pass me the rifle.
Must be the
No.
Goran's mother. If we give it back, she'll probably leave.
And deprive us of an adult specimen? Are you mad? All right, Mama.
Look at the size of her, Burger. Wound her, then we'll never get her back alive.
Who said we need her alive? They can't all be live specimens, can they?
Oh no, 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 no!
No!
He's saying, don't hurt them.
Sorry about that, Burger, but I couldn't let you shoot them.
Oh no, is he dead?
Why not? You all right?
Oh, he's dead. Oh, you hit him too hard.
But he's killed Burger.
It was an accident,
Oh.
man.
Wait. You saw. It was an accident. He was going to kill the Goran, sir. I had no intention to.
Shut it, assassin!
Wow. These guys are terrible. Their true selves really came out now. Deplorable deplorable beings. I'm not even going to call them human. Absolutely deplorable.
My head.
But since this is a letter that Leon sent to Dana, he must have escaped. He is more experienced and equipped to be able to go through the mountainside than they are. Alright, stand up. No. Try to escape. Alright, so let's see if we can find anything.
That stone looks sharp enough. If I can reach it, maybe I can cut myself free.
Can we reach our feet to it? Come on. Come on. Reach! Reach!
I'll bring him some soup. We can't let him starve to death.
Bastard doesn't deserve food.
Typical horse, eh? Always the good Samaritan.
Oh, you're gonna untie us? Alright, that works.
Aren't you afraid I was going to run for it?
They intend to hand you over to the authorities in Kantar for the murder of Reinhard Berger.
Doesn't surprise me. I came across a letter from Bauer that made me the scapegoat for everything that's gone wrong.
Yep.
Bauer had been planning this for some time now.
Well, that's not how it's going to be. I don't agree with what you did. But you don't deserve what Bauer and Jaeger intend for you.
Are you gonna let us go? No. He's
You must
tying us
pretend
back
to be
up.
tied up.
Oh.
Wait for them to fall asleep. Then take your gear and get as far away from here as possible. Hear me?
He does.
Yes, but what?
Just take it. Take the opportunity. Because they were going to throw you to the wolves anyways, so there's no sense in trying to reason with them. Just get out of there.
So there you have the full story, my darling Dana. I don't know what will become of me, where my escape will lead me over the coming weeks, or what my life of a murderer on the run will be like.
So he wrote a letter to have it be sent by somebody else. So he didn't even send it. Jeez.
But always remember that my love for you is as strong as ever, and that my greatest desire is to hold you in my arms. I love you more than anything in the world.
And this is
Leon.
Dana. She had just read
Your
it.
Highland painter.
Dana! Oh my goodness! Dana! What's wrong, Puppet? Lena, come, quick!
She's fainted. But also, I think she's pregnant. Winter 1937. So just before everything popped off. So what happens to her, though? What happens?
Dear Diary, so much has happened since I received Leon's letter a few days ago. I'm slowly recovering. Today, Papa and Mama told me that I was going to leave for a while.
Good, get out of there.
I'll explain what's going on, but I don't know where to begin. I need to gather my thoughts as I finish packing my suitcase.
Oh, yep, I was so right. She is pregnant, guys. She's totally pregnant. Well, Alright, so we need to pack a bunch of stuff. So let's take a look at this diary.
I can't believe Leon is on the run, all alone in those mountains in the middle of winter.
Alright, so let's see what he actually wrote. The High Plateau of Baltair, October 25th, 1937. My darling Edelweiss, it has been months since I last wrote. I hate myself for not sending you... Wait, this is pretty much the same thing? I hate myself for not sending you news more often and for not being able to receive news of you, but our expedition has taken us far from civilization and from its conveniences. I find myself now where probably no other modern-day human has ever ventured before. Today, my companions are getting ready to return home. I regret to inform you that I won't be able to go back to Europe with my fellow survivors. Something bad happened during the expedition. I, no doubt, am partly to blame. So here, in these frightful mountains, I shall remain for some time more. You'll probably hear them say all sorts of things about me. Not very pretty things, I would imagine. Nevertheless, I would like you to know my version of the events. I hope that these lines scribbled off in a hurry will allow you to understand what happened and that your feelings for me will remain intact. Oh, this was read to us just before we took control of him. But here's more stuff. How many pages is this? Oh, there's several pages. Alright, well, let's take a look some more here. Once we had cleared away the unavoidable logistical and administrative matters, the Origin expedition left behind Kantar, the capital of Baltair, as well as any trace of civilization. After hard days of hiking, we set up our base camp at the threshold of a high valley where rhododendrons grew. All the witnesses seemed to concur. This was where the Gorun, the famous man of the mountains, was most frequently sighted. Our Sherpas did not want to linger, and were clearly utterly terrified at the thought they might encounter humanity's missing link. Origin scientists were on a mission to capture a Gorun and bring it back to Europe. The Brown Shadow, our wealthy benefactor, intended to boast to the international scientific community about its extraordinary discovery. As you know, several members of our group were entirely in agreement with its line of thinking. Others simply saw it as a generous and accommodating sponsor. Above all, we all shared a love of science, and were not bothered by the fact that it sometimes required us to make some nauseating compromises. For weeks on end, we explored every mountain and valley around camp, to no avail. There was not a single Gorin in sight. A few blue bears succumbed to our thorough investigations, as they are somehow similar in shape, but the mysterious man of the mountains remained unseen. Autumn was approaching. The river started to freeze at the edges, and the prospect of having to head back with nothing for our toil was becoming more and more apparent. The joyful banter of the first weeks was no more. The men were becoming moody and tense, especially our chief, Reinhard Berger. Each morning, he sent the team out in every possible direction in search of any trace of the Gorin. We were racing against the clock before the harshness of winter forced us back down into the valley. Yesterday, at dawn, I left on Reinhardt's order to look for our Horst Sauer, who had decided to follow the stream up the mountain. Horst was undoubtedly the least experienced mountain climber among us, and Reinhardt was worried, as he had not yet returned to camp. I eventually found him quite high up, at a fork in the stream, on an islet covered in everything the water had swept up. Horst pointed at a pile of sticks from which I could occasionally hear something, or rather someone, wailing over the noise of the bubbling stream. We could not believe our eyes. It was not quite human, not quite animal either. Its shape and fur looked just like the accounts we had gathered. It would appear Horst had finally found what we were looking for, the infamous Gorin, abominable snowmen to some, and the ghost of the Baltair Mountains to others. I told my friend he should immediately go inform the rest of the expedition while I tried to reach the tiny creature tangled up in the middle of an island. Getting to the creature was quite a trial, but I will spare you the details. Its leg was seriously wounded. I attempted to secure it in a makeshift brace, and the creature finally accepted my help after I gave it a cracker. I then tried to bring it back to shore. It was a young specimen, my dearling Dana, almost like a child, and as soon as we made eye contact, I knew this was a creature endowed with reason, some sort of primitive hominid. When my companions joined me, I immediately sensed we did not share the same point of view. They seemed blinded by the discovery. They couldn't see the individual. It was clear the young Goron wasn't a person in their eyes, just a test subject for a study. In their excitement, they seemed to lose all common sense. It was quite a challenge to calm them down and convince them the odd little creature needed food and medical attention. We eventually brought it back to camp, where I worked on repairing its fracture and dressing its wounds. I even managed to feed it some hardtack with jam. Night was falling. For a while, my companions appeared to be treating the little Goron with some degree of clemency and had agreed the battery of tests to be inflicted upon it could wait until the following day. That evening, we all joyfully raised our glasses to the occasion. Reinhard Berger had hidden a few bottles of champagne and schnapps in the bottom of our trunks just for the occasion. Around midnight, our small prisoner began to moan. It was a long and painful whine that echoed off the cliffs all around. We were tired from the events of the day. Some of us had knocked back quite a few, and were not prepared to listen to screeching cries just as we were about to turn in for the night. We walked over to the cage. Reinhard Berger tried to calm the Goron down, but to no avail. He was threatening to gag it with a booming growl rang out from the depths of the rocks, answering the young Goron's cry. The huge shape of what indeed appeared to be an adult Goron sliced through the moonlight and walked menacingly toward us. It clearly intended to free its kin. I advised my friends to clear the way and let this towering creature, probably the infant's mother, go by. We all know how powerful maternal instinct can be. Alas, Reinhard was not of the same opinion. He grabbed a rifle. Our expedition would be considered a success whether the Goron was dead or alive. Without so much as a second thought, I jumped on him right when he was about to pull the trigger and tackled him to the ground so that the powerful anthropod who saw us as a mere obstacle between her and her son would not trample him. Mother Goron destroyed the cage in the blink of an eye, breaking the bamboo bars like they were made of straw. She grabbed her infant and vanished from sight. I stood up, but Reinhard Berger did not budge. He was lying on the ground, dead. When he fell, the unfortunate bugger's head hit a rock, and it was my fault he was dead. As far as my friends could see, I was not trying to protect him from the Goron, but on the contrary, trying to keep him from shooting her. My dear Dana, I must admit that both these thoughts crossed my mind simultaneously for a split second. I considered the Goron to be a human being. A primitive one, but certainly not a wild animal, one who kills without hesitation. Yeah, that's what those scientists were about to do, kill without hesitation. As you may have guessed, Sauer, Jaeger, and Bauer disagreed. As they saw it, I was the person who irresponsibly murdered their leader, and they intended to hand me over to the authorities in Kantar once we came down from the valley. They were so vehemently upset with me, I quickly understood they were incapable of mercy or understanding. They pulled me away from the group and tied me to a tree. After they buried Reinhard, my once-upon-a-time friends decided to put an end to our gruesome adventure as quickly as possible. They apparently wanted to leave straight away the next morning. Horst Sauer is to thank for me writing you this letter today. He told them he was bringing me food and took the opportunity to untie my hands. I can only imagine the bond we had created over the past weeks prevailed. And perhaps he felt the same way I did about the Gorons and their human-like qualities. I honestly do not know. I slipped away in the dark without further ado while they were asleep. So there you have the full story, my darling Dana. I don't know what will become of me, where my escape will lead me over the coming weeks, or what my life of a murderer on the run will be like. But always remember that my love for you is as strong as ever, and that my greatest desire is to hold you in my arms. I love you more than anything in the world, and my greatest wish is to hold you in my arms again. Leon, your Highland painter. Wow! Damn, man. Some powerful stuff.
I need to finish packing my suitcase before we say goodbye, dear diary.
Medication.
The medication to treat my cough. Mama is forcing me to take it again since I collapsed after getting Leon's letter. I should pack it.
Yeah, she did mention before that she takes medication, or she gets not hospitalized. She gets bedridden. I think is the better phrase. With coughing fits. I wonder what she has. Like tuberculosis or something? Oh, it's a toy for the baby.
I was planning to give up all my old toys and dolls.
Oh, they were her
But
old
now
stuff.
I guess I'm going to need them in a few years.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when, you know, you do the deed unprotected. That's kind of what...
I'll put you away in there as soon as I'm done, dear diary. Better to keep you safe than risking to lose you where I'm going.
Where are you going?
Papa and Mama have locked me up in here since they discovered my condition. I'm going to miss playing the piano while I'm away,
Condition.
let alone going to the academy.
She was a young girl who went away for the summer, got knocked up and came back, and Papa is
I hope
nowhere to
you're
be
well,
seen.
Leon, wherever you are now.
I'm not saying that Papa's not in the scene because he chose to be, but regardless, this baby's gonna grow up without its dad. Because he's on the lam. For murder, no less. That's gonna be a difficult thing to get out of.
Poor Papa and Mama. They were devastated when the doctor they called after I collapsed discovered my secret. That secret I dared not speak about to anyone. Not even you, dear diary. Now I can tell you. I'm pregnant, dear diary. Leon is the father.
I knew it. I so
There
called
were
it.
a lot of tears and screams when the doctor told Papa and Mama. But they finally decided to pretend that the baby will be the foster child of a missing relative. I know everyone expects me to feel guilty, but I can't help thinking of names. If it's a boy, of course it'll be Leon, to bring his father good luck. And if it's a girl, I think I'll call her Anna. Papa looks 10 years older since he learned of my pregnancy. But what seems to have affected him the most was to ask Herr Zimmer for help.
Because Zimmer is... I think he's the one in the United States and said, hey, if you need anything, come here and I'll help you out.
Mama says Leon is nothing but an unscrupulous adventurer who took advantage of an innocent girl. But I know it's not true.
This is going to be a hot take, but, you know, if you were going to feel guilty, if you were going to feel like you were going to let your parents down, you probably shouldn't have, you know. But I think, I mean, even today, and probably even more so back then, they probably didn't teach, educate the younger generation about how all this works. Maybe it's on you guys as well. In addition, you know? So, sanatorium brochure, what the heck? Are they gonna send her to a sanatorium? Like, what the heck, man?
Yunta inspired me, I guess.
Now that I think about it, Yunta had more influence on me than I thought. I now write to myself reminders as she suggested. This is what we use to open the lock. And what have we got here?
I'm almost done here. I just need to add my medicine and the brochure Herr Zimmer gave Papa and Mama. Oh, and a little souvenir of them would be nice.
Okay. So, we need the brochure. So, where is this brochure? I figure it might be on a nightstand. Is it here? Yes. Embroidered handkerchief.
Come on, Dana. There were enough tears already. As I said, dear diary, I'm leaving tomorrow. Papa and Mama are sending me to a sanatorium out of town for a few months. They say it's for continuing my convalescence. In other words, to send me and my secret away from prying eyes. My parents have accepted the offer from their longtime friends, the Zimmers, to pay for my hospitalization at the sanatorium. The Zimmers said it was in the name of their long friendship with Papa and Mama.
Yeah, I don't think this is the right call.
But I think they feel bad that they can afford to flee Vaghen in the Brown Shadow, whereas Mama and Papa can't.
They probably feel like failures as parents for having a teenage daughter who got pregnant. But I don't know that this is the way to have handled it. Sending her away, making her feel ashamed. I mean, like, isn't there a teachable moment here? I don't know.
The ideal summer and winter resort in the most picturesque and enchanting spot looking over the River Dombra. Well, let's hope that's true.
We shall see. So we know where she got taken after. So she ended up at the sanatorium after. So maybe. Alright, so let's put this in here. So maybe we have to find a way to the sanatorium and see if there's any record of Dana. Medication. And then the photo. Okay. And the photo of Mama and Papa.
Well, that should be it.
Alright, close the suitcase.
All I need to do now is to conclude my diary entry and hide it somewhere safe with Leon's letter.
Yeah, because she can't bring this with her, because they're probably gonna confiscate it.
Now you know everything, dear diary. It is now, I guess, the time to say goodbye for a while.
Forever, in fact. Man, all these twists and turns, it's like a soap opera up in here.
All I can hope now is that Leon will survive winter in those faraway mountains. And that he will find a way to come home and clear his name. We will wait until then, me and the baby.
Oh, wow. You know, it's tough, I'm sure, to be a teen mom, but to not have the backing of your parents, the help, and just get tossed aside away from your family, your friends, everyone you know, and to be held away as a secret
Me and
on
the
top
baby?
of that.
Do you still think there might be a family connection between you, Kate Walker?
Perhaps. I mean, I really have no idea. Let's go with that, because we don't have all the evidence to point that way just yet.
I don't know. But every time we find a new piece of the puzzle, Dana's story becomes more complex.
For real!
What do you plan on doing now, Kate Walker?
According to the diary, Dana left for a sanatorium outside of town. The records might tell what became of her and her baby. But before we go, there's something that's been bothering me.
And what is that?
What is it, Kate Walker?
The pogrom that Frau Heigl told us about, the one during which the house and the neighborhood were ransacked, happened in 1938, if I recall correctly.
Correct.
Dana said that she was leaving for the sanatorium for a few months at the end of 1937.
Yes.
Indeed, Kate Walker. So it is very likely she was safe and sound over there when the pogrom occurred.
That's
Yes.
the thought. Yeah.
But what if she was home with her baby? I need to be sure before we leave for the sanitarium, Oscar. We need to search the neighborhood for more evidence.
All right, Kate Walker. Where you lead, I will follow. As long as you don't forget your bag.
Trust me, Oscar. You're the only friend I've got right now. I ain't losing you.
Now, we're going to do everything in our power to keep you with us. Like she said, he's our only friend now. Find out about the pogroms. So, as you see here, they were here. The Brown
The
Shadow.
room was ransacked and pillaged. During a pogrom of the Brown Shadow, I guess. God, I hope Dana was away that day.
So, I know what we need to do. It's rather a matter of how to do it. So, before we got here, we saw like a memorial with people and their names, but we needed to clean it off because it was dirty. And so we need something to be able to clean off the memorial, to be able to read anything. But whether or not we can find anything for that, I don't know. We'll see.
Threats, riddled with misspellings and signed, Frank Hoss. That member of the Brown Shadow who had it in for Leon at the refuge.
Yup.
Looks like he never forgave them and was after Dana during the pogrom.
Good thing she...
Indeed, Kate Walker. But the very existence of this message could mean she wasn't home when those tragic events occurred.
That's my thought.
That's a good clue, I guess. But I need to find more.
Yeah, because why would he put a threat out unless,
So,
he thought...
according
it
to
was
that letter, Dana was supposed to stay at the sanatorium until December 1938. Looks like there were medical complications.
Ah, jeez. Sister Magdalena, Baden Sanatorium, Ostertal, June 13th, 1938. Dear Herr Roze, please accept my heartfelt thanks for the new donation Herr Zimmer made to our institution on your behalf. Therefore, it is my pleasure to inform you that Dana can remain with us until December 1938 as you asked. It is indeed the most reasonable thing to do regarding the deterioration in her health. Please rest assured that we will continue to keep good care of her. Yours sincerely, Sister Magdalena, Mother Superior of the Baden Sanatorium.
Come on, Oscar. We need to find more clues.
Well, it's good that she was there for that long. Old embroidered handkerchief.
Dana's initials.
Yeah, she had left this on her nightstand. Maybe we use this to clean the memorial. Alright, yeah, the stairway was walled off, so nothing here. So I think that's where we go now. Alright, so I think we leave now and we go to that memorial and check for the names. I'm thinking we're not gonna find Dana's name there. Alright, Kate, let's get a move on. It's over here. Yep, we'll go down. And again, we have the handkerchief, so we can probably use that to clean this memorial. Kate, I wanted you to inspect this, not run toward the wall. Alright, so... a bunch of names. She's not in it.
Ackerman, Fisher, Yorga. I can't find Dana here.
Alright, and then we'll turn around to this side.
Keller, Meyer, Ortel. I'm getting close.
Okay.
Otto, Pfeiffer. What if?
I thought we had to clean this off, but Kate's reading it just fine. Oh, here we go. Let's get the rag. Here we go. There it is.
Anton and Lena Roze.
Oh,
Dana's parents. Oh, God.
dude.
They were killed during the pogrom.
Is Dana Roze also mentioned?
No.
It doesn't look like it, no. But I need to be sure.
Well, what else are we gonna do to be sure? This was my idea. That was all I had. Okay. Okay. Do we go back into the store, maybe?
I'm sorry I couldn't help you, Fraulein.
No, I guess not. Huh. There was nothing else back there. Let's go back to that newsstand. There was something there. Here.
Huh. According to that book, the pogrom occurred at the beginning of November 1938.
Yeah, September 15th, 1935, anti-Vaghen laws were passed. March 12th, 1938, Ostertal is annexed by the Brown Shadow. November 9th, 1938, the Brown Shadow organizes a night of pogroms against the Vaghen community, and especially its members living on Vaghen's Bridge of Mists. October 30th, 1943, the Allies declare that the annexation of Ostertal and Austria were null and void. April 13, 1945, Allied forces, led by the Red Army, liberate Vaghen after intensive bombing. April 28, 1945, Ostertal's independence is proclaimed.
I think that's it, Oscar. We know that the pogrom occurred at the beginning of November 1938. Dana's parents, Anton and Lena, were killed, that's certain. But Dana was supposed to be at the sanatorium back then.
Correct.
Which seems to be confirmed by that message Herr Hoss left in the house, Kate Walker.
Exactly. So I guess we're done here, Oscar. Let's take the tram back to the guest house. We'll try to find that sanitarium first thing tomorrow.
That's a good idea. I like it. Alright, let's return back to the guest house. Unless something or someone stops us. Never know these days. Somebody is definitely following us. They've been following us. Who or why? Not a clue. Alright, let's go back to the guest house.
So, there she is. The famous Kate Walker.
And you are?
Sorry, what?
Dana Roze.
You're Dana?
I knew her very well, you
Oh,
know.
okay.
Our Dana darling. Waiting for the tram, aren't you? Well, we'd be better off speaking at the guest house. I hear there's a storm coming.
But who are you?
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Miss Walker. Colonel Blake.
Oh.
Colonel Blake or Fraulein Junta.
Oh, Junta.
Connecting the dots, are we? You're a very clever young woman.
More clever than me, apparently.
But you must be eager to know why I'm here in front of you, bearing the surname of one of Her Majesty's military officers. But here's our tram.
So let's get
Would
on
you
it.
be so kind?
So she was definitely. Okay, maybe more than probably, but definitely a spy. And she knew Dana, and now we're gonna get more of the backstory. Alright, now we're cooking with gas. Okay. I can't wait to hear what the whole story is gonna be. Like, how much is she gonna give us? She doesn't want to say anything until we get there, apparently. Alright, so... yeah, she's just... doesn't want to say nothing yet.
So, Miss Walker,
Okay, never
you've
mind.
been rather quiet. I would have thought you'd have some questions for me. No?
Yeah, a lot.
I read that you used your prestige as an artist to spy on the Brown Shadow for the UK before and during the war. So, what is your real name then? Junta Steinhoff or Colonel Blake?
Janice Blake is my name, Miss Walker. It's not the sort of name the Brown Shadow would have trusted, I'm sure you'll agree.
I agree.
So I took my mother's maiden name as an alias. Both my parents were diplomats from Austria, you see.
And then you became a spy.
So you were some kind of double agent.
You make it sound more romantic than it really was, miss. But yes, I guess one could say so.
You mentioned the guest house. Are you that other guest I heard about?
Yes.
Indeed, Miss Walker. It's actually Frau Wagner who told me about you. When she told me that you were looking for Dana, I knew I had to talk to you. Frau Wagner told me to call the academy, which I did, and the rector then redirected me towards the Bridge of Mists.
How nice of them.
And that's how I ended up wandering up and down it, asking about a mysterious American woman with a painting.
I guess you have new information about Dana for me?
I
Hopefully.
might very well indeed, Miss Walker, but what if you told me first what that little investigation of yours has dug up about Dana?
Ah, quid pro quo, huh? Alright, well, she's being straight to the point. Well, we know that Dana left for a sanatorium.
I discovered today that Dana became pregnant that summer of 37. Leon was the father. So her parents decided to hide her in a sanatorium outside town. Which, I assume, saved her from the night of the Brown Shadow pogroms in Vaghen.
That is the thought.
You assume right, but her parents, on the other hand,
Didn't make it.
Yes, I heard they didn't make it.
poor bastards, if you'll pardon my French.
Ooh, did we tell her Leon was on the run? I mean, she probably knows that. Let's go straight to the point.
Don't take this the wrong way, Colonel, but I really need to know what happened to Dana after she left for the sanatorium to have her baby.
I must confess, Miss Walker, that I was afraid you might overlook some of the painful information here. which is clearly the case.
Oh, we should have...
What do you mean?
We should have told her, I guess.
Look, I think it would be best if we stay in this carriage until the very end. I know it is an odd request to make, but you really must see this for yourself.
Is Dana...
Until then, I recommend you look outside the window. I guarantee it'll be worth your while.
Is Dana dead? Did the child... Did something happen with the child? I mean, we've only just barely started investigating, so I don't know what else we needed to know about. And what's with this air of mystery here right now? And this thing can go in the water? What? What? How does this thing not rust over? This would not be good during the storm, so hopefully they turn it off during that point. Vaghen Island. So we're heading toward the sanatorium then. Is it the end of the line? Because wasn't it the Vaghen Sanatorium? Isn't that where she ended up? Alright, careful, careful. Watch your step. Alright, bye-bye tram. But now we're going to be stuck here during the storm. I don't know that this was the good idea. Junta or Janet. But what come what will.
I'm sorry, Miss Walker, but chasing you around that bridge was
exhausting.
More exhausting than I thought.
Well, you are...
That's okay. I can wait.
You are advanced in age.
Nonsense. I know how eager you are to find out about Dana. So you go first. I'll meet you at section 08. I'll come meet you there.
Section 08? We should probably insist. I mean, we shouldn't leave her alone, right?
Can't you just tell me what we're doing here?
I know it must seem cruel, speaking in riddles and keeping up all this mystery like a bloody fortune teller, but I promise you must see for yourself.
Okay, so I suppose we shall.
Okay then.
And don't forget, miss, section 08.
08.
Find it, and I'll meet you there.
Okay.
Oof. Cold as hell here.
Section 08. The great Vaghen swans are not only the immortal symbol of our town, they are living and fragile beings, so please do not feed the swans. Wrong and uncontrolled feeding can cause illness and be fatal to them. That's what I've heard. Like, if you feed the wildlife, like, people food, that could be disruptive to their health as well as to their digestive systems, so it's best not to feed them. And that's beside the whole thoughts about all the thoughts about there being, you know, issues with changing their habits and their habitat. So just for the whole digestion system alone is reason.
How the heck do I get myself into these situations?
I have no idea. But yeah, apparently don't feed wildlife. Ducks, swans, whatever.
These ruins. They look like they're from the Middle Ages or something.
So, I really doubt that Yunta or Janet was the person that has been following us. I really doubt that.
There's something sinister about all this.
Have no fear, Kate Walker. The sun's setting, and you're all alone in an isolated and derelict place. Statistically speaking, it is highly improbable that you'll meet anybody, good or bad.
Thank you, Oscar, but please do me a favor. Stop trying to reassure me, would you?
As you wish, Kate Walker.
Yeah, yeah. I agree with him, though. What is... Wait, what is... What are we...
Grim.
Is this a cemetery? Guys, this looks like a cemetery to me. Does it look like a cemetery to you? Oh, so... we gotta find somebody's grave. Whose grave are we gonna find?
This place gives me the creeps.
Same.
Looks like... Oh, jeez.
Yup. Oh man, it's a cemetery. No likey, me no likey. I didn't know I was playing a horror game all of a sudden. Alright, so now 08 makes sense.
Kate Walker?
This place, it's a cemetery, Oscar.
Yes.
I think Dana's... Oh my god, she must have...
Don't jump to hasty conclusions yet, Kate Walker. You should try and find that spot that Colonel Blake mentioned.
Section 08. Yes, Okay, let's go. Oh my god.
So there is a separate thing. Find the nameplate of donors. I wonder if that's the nameplate for the Zimmers. So O is over here, but where are we?
Is there anything that requires my assistance?
Section 08 is over there. I don't have time to get lost in that maze.
So we must be here, right? By A? Can we write this down? No. I mean, looks like we can use something here.
I'm gonna need you to be my eyes, Oscar.
Will do. Just call me whenever you need directions.
Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna have him... we switch back and forth with him to tell us where we are. Okay. So, what is this?
A cemetery. Oh my god.
Right? Alright, so...
Section B. Impossible to get through. I'll have to find a way to go around it.
Alright, so that was towards section
I need
B.
directions, Oscar!
What would she do without me?
So Oscar's right here, there's a block path here, so this was section B. So I guess we can check section E and F. I'm thinking I want to do this nameplate of the donors thing, so let's try that first. So this is the blocked path. I'm assuming that it's going to be the Zimmers, because it said donors. And this is block 2.
A dead end. I'll have to go back.
Okay. And then there's this section over here. Wait, what's this?
Section F.
Section F?
I can't figure out where to go.
All right.
Reporting for duty. Once again.
Okay. so this is section F. This is right around where we were intending to be. Oh, what's this?
Something's missing here.
We don't have anything for this. Obviously, we need to come back here at some point.
Seems to have to do with the gates.
Alright, so... Oh, we can open a gate, probably. Yeah, and this is some kind of mechanism. But we don't have a crank or anything. That would make this Resident Evil. In here, Kate. Yeah. Oh, wait. I thought that would have been... Alright, where's this gate to go, though, then? Yeah, what does this mechanism open up, then? I don't know. Alright, let's go up toward F.
Impossible to read. Ah, it's not here. I need directions. Impossible to read.
Okay, so...
It can't be here. Better keep looking. Impossible to get through here. Better find another way.
Alright, so I'm just filling out the map right now. Yeah, but the weird noises, man. That's not a good thing.
Section M. Illegible.
Alright, so...
Oscar?
I do the thinking, she does the walking.
This is
Fine
section
by me.
M, so this is where we are. There's a section P up here. Alright, so let's head over to section M and just take a look around here.
Section P.
Section P. P. Over this way, Kate. I just want to take a look. See if there's anything around. What's around? I don't know if there's anything here.
I recognize some of the names here. Pretty interesting. But I should get back to what I was doing.
Which name? Oh! Lenny is a donor. Adam Zimmer is also a donor. Magdalena, is this Sister Magdalena? I don't know that I know any of the other names. Alright, well, since we've found our way and to find the plates, now we're gonna go to O. Alright, so let's head that way. Come on, down the steps, Kate. Kate. There we go. There we go. Thank you. So, let me go back to Oscar.
Oscar, I'm kind of lost here.
So this is where we were.
Just leave me a second.
So we want to go up this way. Alright. And I think that's over this way. There's Q. And 08. Alright. So whose grave are we standing at right now?
Anna Roze, 1938.
Oh,
Gone to a better place.
the child.
Oh, no.
That must be the health condition that happened. Okay, well. Okay. So, what does this mean for us at the end? At the end of the day, what does this mean for us? We're not Leon's kid. Leon's kid is Anna, and she didn't make it. Unless Dana had twins?
What happened? Dana's health had deteriorated at the sanatorium. Her coughing fits The pregnancy and all the stress about Leon being on the run out there in Baltayar. It was just too much for her to bear. The doctors had to put her to sleep before her delivery. There were complications, and when she woke up, her parents told her the terrible news. They had already buried the baby girl.
Oh.
How come the Brown Shadow didn't go after Dana? They controlled Ostertal back then, right?
Oh, they would have eventually, believe me.
Yeah, especially here, Haas. He wanted to get at her because of Leon.
And afterwards?
Dana became sterile because of the complications during childbirth.
Whoa!
So she remained at the sanatorium a few months more.
So she couldn't have kids.
She was devastated, poor darling.
Wow.
That's how she survived the pogroms.
Yes, but that didn't mean she was safe.
So what happened afterwards?
Oh.
Dana lost everything. Her parents, her baby, Leon. I think she would have just given up if I hadn't been there that day. But I had to go to London. Back then, I used to get invited every year or so to all kinds of artistic events. I could then make out my report to the British Secret Service without arousing the Brown Shadow's suspicion. So I took Dana with me to save her from them.
Okay. That makes sense. Whoa, that's heavy, man. That's really heavy. I don't know what to do with all that information. Spring 1944. In London. Okay.
Dana stayed in London for about 6 years. I found her a flat and a position with my real employer, the Foreign Office. She had no family, no friends, and in a way she had no life. She spent every minute she had in the office fighting in her own way against those who took everything from her.
I can understand that. It's what she can do, right?
She went from one promotion to another, and soon she was among those in charge of coordinating all the resistance fighter groups pertaining to the different occupied countries of Europe.
Wow. What a worker.
All right, Dana. Focus. The Admiralty needs us to spot the enemy units on the map according to the reports they provided.
All right. You know what, guys? I think I'm gonna end it here because we went through quite the emotional roller coaster, and I'm gonna need a break. Yeah, I'm gonna need a break. I hope that you guys have enjoyed, and I hope that you also joined me on this roller coaster of like ups and downs and geez. And what we'll do is we'll just start with this puzzle first thing in the next one. I hope to see you there. And until then, bye.